Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Pikachu, Arizona. I hope you are having a super fantastic, sparkling day. My day has been awesome. Excuse me. Had a bit of a weird stomach today, so not sure what's going on with that, but we're good. It's super fantastic and sparkling. So tonight I wanted to talk about book clubs and travel deals. Seems like a bit of a weird couple of topics, but book clubs. Do you belong to a book club? What book is your book? Blah, 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 blah. What book is your club currently reading? Sorry, it's been a long day. One of my favorite authors, C.G. Cooper, has started a book club, and our very first book is called Red Metal. And so we're all reading that, and then Friday, we've got until Friday to read the first 100 pages, and then he's going to post some questions about the book and about those first 100 pages, and then we can go in and answer the questions, give them our thoughts, talk about any phrases that stood out to us, that sort of stuff. So this is an online book club that we're doing, and it's kind of interesting because I started reading the book and I sort of thought, I was struggling to get past the prologue. I will tell you that I was struggling to get past the prologue. And then I got into the first chapter. It started getting a little better, and it slowly increased. And the good thing is that at the beginning they had all these character lists as to who these different people were that we were going to be seeing throughout the book. So I'm up to chapter 10, and it's shaping up to be a good story. So yeah, there's some twists and turns already. So I'm not going to go too much into the book, but it's called Red Metal by Mark Greaney, Greaney. But anyway, I will put the link for the book into the thing later on. The other thing I want to talk about was travel deals. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, are you still in travel? You don't talk about travel very much these days. And I suddenly thought, yeah, I guess my Facebook lives have been a little devoid of travel, except for where I am and where I'm heading to and that sort of stuff and what I'm seeing and doing. So yes, still very much in the travel industry. Have a great Facebook page. It's called Crazy Travel Deals and Crazy Travel Deals and Travel Accessories. We're going to be posting some great packages that we've just finished putting together for you. One of them is an 11-night Greek Isles and Italy cruise, and it's actually a 9-night cruise, but it includes 2 nights in Rome. It's a package. So we're going to be putting that one into the Crazy Travel Deals thing, and this group is just strictly travel deals and accessories, so it's all about sales, and we're going to be posting in there heavily. I have an really awesome package for New Zealand, and it's completely customizable. The starting price, if you go, and I've got dates leaving from November 1st through to when is it? September next year. So I've almost got a year's worth of dates, except between December the 11th and January 31st, which is a very, very heavy travel time down in New Zealand. I don't have pricing for that because of the travel time and trying to get rooms and that sort of stuff. But the best pricing I have right now is $4,599 from April, if you're traveling between April 1st and April 30th of next year. And that includes, this is completely awesome, round trip airfare in New Zealand from Los Angeles or San Francisco to Auckland. Then you have flights Wellington to Christchurch and return in Queenstown, and you're going to Auckland, Rotorua, Wellington, Christchurch, and Queenstown. So for $4,600, you've got the round trip airfare. You've got 2 nights in Auckland. Excuse me. We've got a farm stay in there. We've got 2 nights in Rotorua, 2 nights in Wellington, 2 nights in Christchurch, 3 nights in Queenstown. We've got a tour of the Hobbiton movie set because it is a Middle Earth. I love my hobbits. You got a multicultural experience. You got There and Back Again and Thunderbirds A Go tour in Wellington to do. You've got the Lord of the Rings Adora tour in Christchurch. Then we've got the Christchurch to Queenstown via Mount Cook. We've got Safari of the Scenes in Glenorchy. This is a really cool tour. They take you out into the surrounding areas in Queenstown where not only Lord of the Rings and Hobbit were filmed, but movies like oh god, total mind blank. The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, Wolverine, X-Men Wolverine, Top of the Lake. Mine's just gone complete, but a whole bunch of movies were filmed in the areas that you're going to go see around Glenorchy. And Glenorchy is absolutely gorgeous. The scenery there is to die for. You're going to do a go down to Milford Sound, which is going to be awesome. And then you've got your transfers in Auckland and Christchurch, a 5-day rental car, Auckland to Wellington. And then you've got departure transfer in Queenstown, and taxes and fees are included. So for $4,600, that's the starting price for April 1st to April 30th next year. But I do have other travel dates, and the tour is customizable. This is just one that we've put together to give you a sample, so that you can just see some of the stuff that we're doing. And yeah, so I am super, super excited about this one. Journey to Middle Earth. I love this one, especially for those that love the Lord of the Rings, because we do lots of Lord of the Rings places and stuff as well. This one is a really, really cool package. And for $4,600, you've got everything included, including your airfare. Some meals are included. Your hotels are included. Your transfers. Your tours that we mentioned in the package. So I'm going to be putting that package in to the Crazy Travel Deals group. I'm going to be putting the 11-night Greek cruise, Greek Isles and Italy cruise with 2 nights in Rome into the travel deal group. And I have a bunch of other ones that are going to be going in there over the next few days. So yes, very much still involved with the travel business. I know I haven't talked about it much lately because there's been lots of other stuff. So my question for you is, what book clubs do you belong to, and what books are you currently reading or have read? I'm just curious about that one. So this one is the first one. The author decided to do a C.G. Cooper. He writes the Corp Justice series, and I absolutely love that series. He also wrote the book called To Live, which is it has to be one of my favorite fictional books. It is a book that affected me like no other book has ever affected me as far as a fiction book goes. I cried, I laughed, I wanted to throw it across the room, because a lot of the stuff that was in this book was very raw for me. It was because it was less than a year after Brad passed that the book came out. And so a lot of the stuff that was talked about in the book was very fresh, opened up some wounds that were starting to heal over and everything else. So reopened some emotions and that sort of stuff. So very good, very powerful book. His other book, which is not part of any of his series either, is called The Warden's Son, and very much coming of age, about a kid who is the son of a prison warden, and they get moved around different prisons and things, and his dad gets called in to be like the troubleshooter and to go in and clean up the prison and that sort of stuff. And that was a really good book too. I related a lot to what this kid had to go through with being the new kid on the block. I went to 9 different schools when I was growing up as a kid. We moved a lot, like every 2 years. I only went to one high school though. 1 high school, 2 middle schools, and 6 elementary schools. And my mother didn't believe me when I told her that I'd been to 9 schools, and she says, and so when I rattled them off, she turns around and goes, "Oh, what horrible parents you had." I had the best parents. I really do. I have the best parents. Otherwise, I wouldn't have invited them for 4.5 weeks to travel with me in Sparkles if I didn't think much of my parents. So that's how much my husband, he loved my parents. He would have, if the house next door come up for sale, he would have bought it, and we would have moved down there for 6 months of the year and back here for 6 months of the year. He just loved my parents. He loved spending time with them, and he would have quite happily moved into the house next door. I have the best parents. And yes, we did move a lot, but we also did a lot of traveling too. So they're the ones that got me into travel, and they taught me how to be a traveler within my own country. Yes, we saw a lot of the tourist stuff and everything, but with them we traveled a good lot of New Zealand. We saw a lot because we lived from one end of the country to the other, and so we would go for trips around the areas that we were living in. I've lived as far south as Invercargill, which is the southernmost city in New Zealand. I've lived as far north as Papatoetoe and Manurewa were further north. They're both cities within the big Auckland metro area, and we've lived places in between as well. But we went to many, 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 many places around New Zealand. So this is why I love putting the New Zealand packages together, because I get to show off my hometown. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, New Zealand. So so I'm really excited to bring this package to New Zealand to you. It is completely customizable, but do realize that based on the customization, the prices will change. But the itinerary we have there, $4,600 for April next year. I'll put that into the Crazy Travel Deals group. So if you want to join up with that, shoot me a private message. I'll send you an invite for it, or just search Crazy Travel Deals and travel accessories. And you should, I think it's actually facebook.com/Crazy Travel Deals. I think that might be the group name. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'll post the link. No, if you want to join, let me know, because then I can add you to the group. Yeah, send me a private message if you want to join that, and we'll get you into the group. But yeah, we've got some great deals coming up. So yes, very much still involved with the travel industry. And yes, I know I haven't talked about it much because there's been so much other stuff going on that I just wanted to talk about, like, you know, traveling and my crochet, and I've done my Jack Ryan Fest. And so now it's going to be, I have decided for the month of November, starting on the 1st of November, I'm going to do a James Bond Fest in November. So if you want to join me on a James Bond Fest in November, we're going to start with Dr. No on November the 1st, and we're going to watch a James Bond movie every night through the month of November till we've seen them all. And there's 25, 26. Cheapest, I can't remember. It's going to take us most of the month to watch them anyway if we're doing one a night. So yeah, so we're going to start a James Bond Fest in November. So might do some fun stuff with that one. So if you want to join me on the James Bond Fest for November, Bondvember. I have to come up with a name for it. But yeah, we're going to do a James Bond Fest in November. Maybe we'll do some cool stuff with that. I have to put the thinking cap on. But here's a good thing about watching James Bond movie. It's a great place. They're great movies to watch for your travel bucket list, because they go to so many different exotic locations and stuff when they're taping all the movies and everything else, that you get to see some of it and you're just like, oh, I want to go back there and have a look at that. Oh, I wouldn't mind going down that windy road in a sports car. Maybe not in the expensive ones that they're driving, but it'd still be fun to go down there in a convertible down some of the windy roads in the hills and that they do in Europe. But yeah, so that's a good one for that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that one. That's actually quite a good idea. Hang on, I'm gonna write that one down. James Bond November Fest, November. Yes. So if you want to join me on the James Bond Fest, which I haven't exactly, except for watching one movie a night, I haven't exactly decided how it's going to work, but we're going to watch the movies in order. So Dr. No will be the first one. That's the first one. That's going to be November the 1st. So yes, we're going to start. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, if you want to join me, you can. Maybe we could do a watch party. Well, that'll be fun. Watch party for James Bond. There's the thought. But anyway, so yes, so to answer your questions, yeah, so the book I'm reading at the moment is one of the books I'm reading at the moment, but the one I'm reading specifically for C.G. Cooper's book club is Red Metal. It's got Russians and Chinese and Americans, and actually there's a Polish person in that too, looking at the character list. And lots of intrigue, and there's already been a couple of twists and turns in there. One of them I already figured out, but I haven't got to the end of the book, so I don't know if I'm right. I love books like that make you think. And yes, and if you want to get onto the travel deals list, let me know, and I will add you to the Crazy Travel Deals group, so you get to see some of these amazing packages we're coming up with. And they will be posting. I will probably go and post the two on there tonight. The two that I mentioned, the New Zealand one and the Greek Isles in Italy for the Greek Isles in Italy is for June of next year, and I think the starting price on that's like $2,600 per person for an inside plus taxes. I can't remember, and I was looking at it just before too. Oh well, but anyway, have a super fantastic. That's it from me. So if you'd like to join me on the James Bond Fest in November, starting November 1st with Dr. No, then please private message me. If you belong to a book club and there's a book you're currently reading, please let me know what it is, because I'm always looking to add to my reading list, and as you know, my reading list is like this. And then if you want to partake in the Crazy Travel Deals group, which is purely sales, that's all it is. Occasionally I might throw something else in there, but it's mainly sales. It's travel deals, it's packages we put together that are just amazing. Actually, I should get some of the group members in there to actually type in, that actually did some of the travel deals, to type some stuff in there, type testimonials in there and that sort of stuff. Testimonies about some of the packages and things. But anyway, that's it from me. So we will talk to you guys. So if you're crazy travel deals, send me a private message. If you want to join the November James Bond Fest starting with Dr. No on November 1st, send me a private message. And let me know what book club, if you belong to a book club, and what book your book club is currently reading. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Because tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Wednesday is travel prep day. So I'll be doing some work and travel prep at the same time, because Thursday is travel day. Off to Tucson on Thursday. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Until next time, he konera.